chance to catch the fallout from Saturday. Our cameras will take you where no one else is allowed to go, bringing you exclusive access to the losing act, revealing what goes on inside the X Factor house, taking you to the top secret rehearsals, and much, much more in the life of an X Factor finalist. This is The Aftermath. Week 3 in the studio. 10 acts singing to the judges and the public at home. And the theme was Big Band. Within seconds of the live show beginning, the contestants were to learn of a shocking and unexpected twist.
Tonight, not one, but 2 acts will be leaving the competition. It's a double elimination.
Knowing that 2 acts were to leave the show by the end of the night put additional pressure on every performance. But some were naturally at home with the Big Band theme and got gold stars from the judges.
It is one of my favourite songs of all time. I absolutely loved it.
I think it's the best performance so far tonight.
You excelled yourself. You were brilliant.
In any situation, that was outstanding.
And one act was to excite the judges so much they just couldn't contain themselves.
It is so endearing to find somebody that has such a huge voice as you.
But once again, when faced with 3 of the world's toughest critics, there would be some who wouldn't survive the night unscathed.
As good as a couple of guys standing up at a karaoke bar at Pomptins and singing a popular song. That was a complete and utter mess.
Tomorrow, I'm not going to remember you. That's the problem. There are better girls in the competition.
Hilton Hotel, Luton with a bowl of peanuts.
Simon's right, a Hilton Hotel, but in Las Vegas, okay?
Robert and Ben, I think, are better singers.
I don't think you're a great performer. I think you have the grace of a boxer when you perform.
And the 3 that polled the lowest votes were the 3 left on stage: Ash, Kerry, and Dion.
The act with the lowest number of votes, who will leave the competition immediately, is Dion.
I've been twisting and turning in a space that's too small.
With Dion off the show, Kerry and Ash had to sing again. And for the first time, Louis was left to make the decision.
Ashley, you were very unprofessional tonight. But, Kerry, I think you've peaked. I don't think you can get any better in the competition. And the act I'm sending home tonight is Kerry.
So, with Kerry leaving as well, Sharon has lost 2 acts in one night.
Losing 2 in one night, I mean, that is like a double whammy, you know.
It's not about the judges, it's about the talent. It's a talent contest. Ashley has had sparks of genius on the show. I had to give him another chance. Just one more chance.
Louis is a very fair man, and I respect his decision. That's the name of this contest. And, you know, they won't be going back to what they did before. They'll have careers in this industry, and that's what they wanted. And I think that they will definitely have that.
So Ash survived, but even Louis thinks he's made a generous decision.
He's on stage for 2.5 minutes and he can't remember his lines. Unprofessional. Nobody else has done that ever on this series. If he ever does it again, I think we should just send him home.
Bit of a lucky escape, but, you know, given the choice between Kerry and Ashley, he had to keep Ashley. He would have lost all credibility if he'd have gone the other way.
Dion suffered a double shock tonight. Not only did she get the lowest votes, but she had to leave immediately without even singing again.
I think that she should hold her head up high, and I really don't believe her career is over. I think she's got something, and maybe it's never got a chance to be channeled.
I'm really disappointed because I just feel like all my dreams have just been taken away from me. I've worked really hard to get this far and to go out so soon. It's really, really upsetting. Maybe the public just didn't warm to me, they didn't get to see enough of me. I'm just upset that I never got to show how much more I've got to give. I'm very disappointed about that. I'm not here to disrespect Simon Cowell. For 1 minute he said I was an incredible singer, and the next week he's going to refer to me as a backing singer. It's really upsetting.
I don't understand why the public weren't more behind her. She has an amazing voice. All I can say is that, you know, I admire her as a singer. And I just think that, you know, she will go on.
Words cannot explain how proud I am of her.
I'm not bitter because Simon have a job to do and that's it, you know. But at the end of the day, there's still a man greater than Simon. You know?
Well, God, really, isn't it? God is greater than all of this.
And it seemed the vocal coaches too thought Dion had more to offer.
And I still believe in you just as much now as I did the first time I saw you.
Thank you. I still believe if it wasn't for you, I might not have been here, so thank you so much.
I love you. This is not goodbye.
I know.
I sort of had a feeling that we'd be losing Dion tonight. It's definitely not because of her singing or, you know, or who she is as a person. She is fantastic. I think the public just didn't really get her. And unfortunately, in these sorts of competitions, there are some that slip through the net.
And for Kerry, the second act to leave tonight, it was just as hard to face up to leaving the X Factor for good.
I feel quite gutted because I feel I've done well. And I'm sure you've not seen the last of me because I'm not going to give up.
I said going into this that Kerry didn't have the best voice in the contest, but she shines and she's got a great strength of character. And as Simon so rightly says over and over, you need more than just a good voice. And Kerry had that.
She wasn't going to get any better. I mean, what can she do next week with an ABBA song? She was just going to stay at the same level. You know, she's a really nice woman. She's got a great voice, but she was never going to win the competition.
It was a flawless performance compared to some of the other ones that it's just not came up to any scratch. That really, at this point in time, I can't understand how it's happened. You cannot come away from this thinking, oh, I could have gave it another bit more, no danger. You gave it your all. At the end of the day, there's got to be winners and there's got to be losers.
I think it was her best of her 3 performances. Tonight, she enjoyed it more, I think, than she has done for the others. And also, she looked so glamorous and so gorgeous.
My dream is not over. Even if I don't make it as a singer, I would like to think that I could make it as a songwriter.
So as Kerry prepares to leave the X Factor behind her, TV's Mr. Nasty got stopped in the corridor.
You don't do things like that. You attack my niece, and she doesn't look like one.
Who's your niece?
Dion.
I didn't say she looked like
yes,
one.
Yes, you don't. She moves like one. I am giving her some
everybody
grief.
happy.
Yes, I know that, but then sometimes it's what you say. You know, you don't try to belittle people.
No,
it's
you're
not
right.
very nice.
But sometimes the truth hurts.
No, that's not the truth. It's my niece move like a boxer. Dion doesn't move like a boxer, and she's got the most beautiful voice. And that's a God-given talent. She hasn't go to
that's
any.
why we picked her for the final 12.
She hasn't been to any state school like some of the others.
Yeah.
That's natural.
She's still there, so it's
Right?
fine. She's still there.
But then he's rude. And sometimes you've been very rude.
No, you're right. I apologise.
Yeah, right. So you should do.
Okay.
Right. Anyway,
Bye-bye.
Louis, my friend tonight.
Despite the criticism, Simon is still in top form.
I couldn't be doing better than we're doing at the moment. You know, they've got 2, I've got 4. Public know what they're doing.
His time shall come. It always does in this contest, whether it's next week or the week after. You know, he too shall lose.
So, at the end of the night, Dion and Kerry headed back to the house.
This whole experience for me has been life-changing. It's just been amazing. You know, I've got to perform to millions of people have got to see me sing, and, you know, for me, it's always been about the vocal. I had so much more to offer, and it was just kind of cut short.
That's the sad thing more than anything, is it's not the fact that it's over, because it's not over for me, and I know that because I've experienced a lot in life and I'm still here. And I know that it won't be the end, it's just something else, another chapter. My heart is hurting dreadfully. But I left on a high. I think I've done well. I believe in me, and I'll go on.
You step a little closer each day, that I can't say what's going on.
Back at the house, Kerry is not only coming to terms with leaving the show, but also the fact that she'll lose some close friends when she has to leave the house for good.
It's not nice to know that you've got to leave.
I think everyone individually thinks it's going to be them because we do. Each week we think it's us that's going to go.
This morning in my heart there was just something different. I knew it was the last time. There was just something different.
That just double eviction was terrible.
I knew that was the way it was going to happen. I told you that.
I didn't believe it.
At the end of the day, we're all going to go sometime or other. Whether it's sooner or later on.
Even the winner will feel sad when they've got to walk at this house.
Definitely.
Upstairs, there are only 2 other women left in the house. The job is here, and the subject is last night.
It's a horrible feeling just to be flung out there and then get told that 2 acts are going and then... Oh, it's horrible.
Makes it even harder.
It's just like, it makes you feel more nervous personally.
Yeah, much more scary. It's like 2 shows in one, really.
Yeah, it's horrible. It's only 2 girls left.
And it's weird.
It's scary.
We need some more girl pants.
That's my hair.
That's her hair. She bought it, so it's hers. I'm joking.
When marimba grass.
Trying to sway your big self.
Coming up.
You know, too much energy. Look what's happened. Someone's broken the pumpkin. He wants me to go all over blonde.
If there's one thing I've taken from this programme is that, you know, I am more than a backing singer.
It's embarrassing. I just want to burn the tape.
The thought of ABBA Week sends shivers down my spine, to be honest.
Nokia. Music gets you talking.
On Monday, November 6th, the mission begins.
It's a dream. It's absolutely out of this world. One minute I was playing to 30 people down the local pub. You know, last night I was playing to 10 million. The judges are saying that I could be in the final. It's just out of this world. Quite a worrying thought at the moment. I just don't want to think about that at the moment because it's just too much. I've got ABBA Week coming up. It's certainly not my week. I just hope I can hang on in there because this really just means so much to me now.
Sunday morning, and already the remaining contestants are heading off to rehearsals for next Saturday. And even before she's begun to routine for next week, Nikita is hoping to change her song.
It's ABBA Week. I do like ABBA, but I don't really like my song. I've got Knowing You, Knowing Me, and I do not know it, and it doesn't do me any justice for my voice. So I'm going to ask if I can get Dancing Queen, so that might turn Louis around. But I'm going to ask and hope that they change it for me because I'm not happy at all with it.
Standing on the gallows with my
Nikita voices her concerns to Nigel, the X Factor music director. When Nigel goes off to call Simon, Nikita, Ray and Ben flick through the Sunday papers.
Me as a spotty teenager.
You look great there.
That's a good
Don't you?
shot,
That's
isn't it?
really
And that
good.
was Big Ben. His husky voice is all down to eating Marmite as a child, apparently.
After Simon has made his decision, Nikita pops back to see Nigel.
It's just that I think it's more me. Like,
Yeah.
it's a more up.
Look, it's the most famous ABBA song in the world. I suppose to Simon he's happy with that.
Is he happy with
Absolutely
that?
happy with Dancing Queen. He said, fine, it's an ABBA song, it should be on the show. Thinks it suits you better.
Oh, I'm happy now.
So let's do it.
Okay.
And with the perfect song, Nikita can begin to rehearse for Saturday.
If you look at Nikita when the results show is taking place, she looks so scared and so worried, and I really genuinely believe that she thinks she's going. So I think maybe this week she'll be a different sort of Nikita, a confident Nikita, because of the song.
Nikita, as usual, will have to work her performance more. I think she needs to move around more. So I'm hoping that she has a lot of energy and doesn't just rely on her voice.
Each week, Ben goes into the studio. He seems to be faced with a similar problem. Will his rock voice be suited to this week's theme?
The thought of ABBA Week sends shivers down my spine, to be honest.
Okay, I think Ben is our artist that has an edge, and it's more towards the rock side. So with ABBA's big pop sound and their clean sound, our big dilemma is how do we take that and just sort of make it stay out all night and chain smoke.
We should play ABBA notes, if you know what I mean. They should be the ABBA notes played in a rockier fashion.
Hey, can we pull the groove back a little bit from the original so it's not so peppy?
The thing about ABBA is they're a lot more complex, a lot more complicated than people actually give them credit for. Can't imagine how we're going to pull this one off.
After last night's shock double elimination, Dion and Kerry have to face the press at the X Factor headquarters.
Last night, obviously, big shock. At what point did you genuinely not know that there was going to be a double eviction?
It wasn't until we were live on stage that we had the whammy thrown at us. So,
do you think the judges' comments were fair last night?
I think what Simon said to me was absolutely horrendous. You know, I can totally appreciate I'm not the finished article. You know, but you know, upon reflection, there probably are some things that I need to work on. But I think that the things that he said to me were just unnecessarily harsh.
And his comments were very harsh, but in light of what's happened now, would you consider being a backing singer?
No. Not under any circumstances.
No.
If there's one thing I've taken from this programme is that, you know, I'm more than a backing singer, not to disrespect backing singers, but I didn't come on the show to be a backing singer by any means, so that is one thing I will not be doing at all.
I know it's early days, but what are your plans? What's your next steps?
Right now, I'm just kind of just trying to get through the day and analyse things tomorrow.
my next plan of action is to go home and see my son that I'm so desperately missing, be mum again for a little while. But I'm not going to give up on this.
At the house, Ash gets the chance to watch the performance that almost got him kicked off the show on Saturday.
It sounds out of tune. I'm surprised I got the lowest. I'm surprised I didn't get kicked off the bloody show. That just sounded poor.
What happened, Ash?
I looked uncomfortable. It just looked sloppy. Like there's just no like. Oh, it's embarrassing. Like I just want to burn the tape.
And realising how close he was to leaving the show causes him to focus his thoughts for this weekend.
Next week I'm just going to put a lot of effort into it, just be a lot more professional, like Louis said, a bit more like Ray. Just give my heart and soul, basically.
Dion and Kerry are now back at the house and packing up their belongings. And they're still trying to face up to the events of last night.
I'm exhausted, emotionally drained, mentally drained, physically exhausted, and looking forward to seeing my son. I've missed him dearly. It doesn't make it any easier to leave. It doesn't. This has been like a family to me, and it's been a beautiful experience. I'm very lucky I've had the opportunity to experience it.
Meanwhile, Dion is still thinking about Simon's comments from last night.
I really feel that I gave the performance of my life yesterday. I felt that he very much undermined my talent by referring to me as a backing singer, and I am upset about that.
A little while later, and the packing is almost done. But in the kitchen, the Eton Road boys are planning a very special surprise.
Today we're making a cake for Kerry and Dion. It's a leaving cake because we absolutely adore the pair of them.
The boys have always had a special relationship with Kerry, who has been a mother figure to them. So they cook up a special recipe. But their reputation with food has always been terrible.
That looks disgusting.
And the proud boys take their unique brand of cooking straight to Kerry.
Oh yes. Look at me, battery's not included. Look, it's still here.
It's got a skin in it.
Listen, go back to pasta and sauce, babes. You know what I mean?
Banoffee slash.
Oh.
It's banoffee slash jam slash vanilla slash.
You'll hurt our feelings if you don't taste it.
You've got to taste it, Kerry.
It looks like you not threw up and. Go on.
It's Auntie's cake. I bet you it's good. I bet you it's fluffy as well.
It's actually really quite nice.
Oh, let's have a
Sticky finger. One you made earlier. Enjoy your cake.
As the groups begin to routine their ABBA songs, neither Eton Road or the McDonald brothers are confident with their song choice for this week.
We came in, practiced that this morning, we were happy with it, so it was just a thought that, I mean, if it's something faster, it would maybe be better for us.
Meanwhile, Anthony from Eton Road is desperate to sing his favourite ABBA song, Fernando, which just happens to be the song Louis has earmarked for the McDonald.
You're not totally happy with this song. I've also heard a rumour that what the McDonald's brothers are doing, they're not happy with.
I don't want to give up Fernando knowing that we've not got a better song.
Back in the rehearsal room, Eton Road are still undecided.
Eton Road sort of has a dilemma this week.
We've got to come to a decision what song we're going to do, whether we're going to change the song or keep the song.
I would have loved to do Fernando because it just means so much to me, and I've sang it, and it's me and my auntie's favourite song, and he loved me singing it, and it just means so much to me.
You could feel in the room today the tension.
If Fernando came up and was available...
Nigel, I'm being serious. The band really want to do it.
They really want to do this.
But I think I can
love
speak on behalf of these two as well. We'll do anything.
We really will be. No, I'll do anything, that's what I'm saying. It's just like a favourite song.
Okay.
Nigel calls Louis to see if he's prepared to change the songs over.
It's only Anthony in Eton Road who really wants to do Fernando because it's something he knows really, really well and he's done all his life. And if we're going to have a battle here where Anthony doesn't want to sing this song and he doesn't want to dance on this song, it's really going to bring the other boys down as well.
And that's like the downside of being in a group, because you've all got to make a joint decision. And, you know, sometimes one person won't like something, sometimes another person might love the thing.
With Louis' encouragement, Eton Road press on with their original choice of Does Your Mother Know?
I think actually this is a good choice for you.
1, 2, 3, 4.
I think the song that Louis chosen for them really suits them, and that once Anthony gets to know it better, I think he will like it. I think it's just that he's got some other songs that are better known that are his favourites. So I'm sure he'll come round, and I think it's the right decision because the others love it so much.
And moments later, the decision comes from Louis.
Hi, Louis.
And he convinces the McDonald brothers that Fernando is the best song for them this Saturday.
Our only worry was that the first 2 weeks we've done a ballad, and to do a ballad this week we just thought it was a bad idea, but we've spoke to Louis and he's put the pros again towards it and stuff, and it's sounding a lot better.
Coming up.
I'm just really glad you're here because I really need your help.
I'm just gutted that she's gone because she was always there for a really good chat.
Nice to meet you, famous people, man. Woo! Rock and roll, you too, man.
Yeah, one song! One song!
Nokia. Music gets you talking.
We just thought we'd share our thoughts on being the only girls in the house.
Because it's upsetting and all the girls
Where is
have gone.
that? because Dion and Kerry's gone. Miss Kerry cooking for us. And
Miss D for our
Indeed,
accessories.
Accessory queen.
And our burping.
It's weird because there's so many, there's millions of boys.
And there's like 2 girls left. And just think if one of us goes, there's gonna be one left.
Oh. And that's gonna be even worse. But we're gonna have some girl power and we're gonna stick together.
The time has come for Kerry and Dion to leave the X Factor house.
Thank you, honey.
I just can't get my head around it. I can't believe that you're gone. I really can't.
Sorry.
See you, babe. Take care. Oh, babe. Scotland. Love you, babe.
Words don't come easily. Like sorry, like sorry.
But I got really, really close to Dion the last week and a half, and I'm just gutted that she's gone because she was always there for a really good chat.
A lot of the time I think the cameras don't see a lot of people's personalities, and Dion especially. I mean, if you get to know her, she's such a nice person.
With Kerry, and like she always like looked after us and cuddled us. She was like the second mum. She was always there if we needed her. And I'm absolutely gutted that she's gone. I love her. She's brilliant.
So Dion and Kerry leave the house for good. But before they go home, they make an appearance on This Morning.
It's very strange to be here right now, like I say, ready to go on This Morning, and something that I watch every morning myself. I mean, when I'm up with my son, crack of dawn, get myself organised, get my son dressed, sit down with a cup of tea and watch Phil and Fern.
Oh my gosh, I'm such a big fan of Fern. I love Fern to bits. I just think she's amazing. She's so bubbly, so beautiful. I'm a really big fan of Fern.
Joining us now in what was the X Factor's first double eviction, Dion and Kerry. Dion, let's start with you. What a nightmare! And you were genuinely upset.
Him likening me to a boxer, I just thought was just outrageous. I was just like, oh my gosh, I mean, to disrespect a female like that, I just thought it was a bit harsh. It really did hurt me.
Kerry, you had to do the big sing-off.
Yeah, quite a dreaded moment, yes.
Yes, very scary. Neither of you will give up, will you? You'll keep singing,
not.
yeah?
Yes, my God, this is not the end of me or Dion.
Yeah, not after everything I've been through, I couldn't give up now, because it really has been a tumultuous journey for me.
It was really good. It was lovely. Look what we got. We got Phil and Fern's autographs. Yeah. Amazing. It's been stormy, but it's been wonderful. You know, I wouldn't change it for the world.
It's all good. And at the end of the day, it's going to make us stronger and more determined, and we're going to come back fighting.
Well, it's Halloween, the house is asleep, and me and Rob have decided to get up, go and buy a pumpkin. We're going to get the biggest pumpkin we can find and
spray it on their heads.
Go.
Rock and roll, sir.
Just like real pop stars, the boys can't go anywhere these days without being stopped for autographs.
Yeah, I'll have a word with her. Yeah.
Hello, Jen.
Now that they've met their fans and a particularly smiley dog, the boys need to get down to the serious business of shopping.
Good morning. Aren't you the guy from X Factor? You're Ben. Nice to meet you, sir. Shall I get the best and biggest pumpkin for a star like you, sir?
Yes, please.
The biggest man for Ben.
Love it.
He's nuts. I love it.
He's more mad than you.
Never one to be outdone, Robert goes to extreme lengths to prove just how crazy he can be.
Robert always takes it too far in the end. Simon Cowell said it when he was on stage. Too much energy. Look what's happened. Someone's broken the pumpkin. It's all over the floor.
Sorry, Ghana. But Ben is our man. Knock, knocking on heaven's door. Knock, yes. Number one, X Factor, man. Last but not least, nice to meet you, famous people, man. Woo, rock and roll, you too, man. Ben, you, especially you, man.
Well, Robert.
Yes, my brother.
Shopping has never been so much fun. If only every shop had someone like Francisco in it.
Oh, that man was crazy. You're #1 fan. Hello, guys. I'm back. #1 rock and roll.
Back at rehearsals, Leona is waiting to see the vocal coaches. This week, she's singing a song that she's unfamiliar with, and she's starting to worry about her performance on Saturday.
I'm still trying to get comfortable with the song. I think it's probably a lot to do with my own confidence, not just, confidence in singing the song. I think I've got to get confident in myself a bit.
No, I think it'd be great. I really, really do, but I just think we've got to be so simple with it.
When it gets to the chorus, just give us that shot in the arm, volume, energy, and rhythm-wise, so it kind of separates, because at this point, we're kind of floating on one line, and that's not going to work.
Tell me the truth.
She can see it on you and I know.
We're sorry, we've cut that bit. How the heartaches come.
How the heartaches come and they go when the skies that leave me.
The vibrato I would not touch, because that's magical.
I don't think you need to, when you're doing sorrow, you don't need to make it heavier than it is. We're just too
You
much
kind of went
now.
too heavy-handed
on the first one. You can be a bit more passionate, but not as much volume
Yeah, that's
in the
right.
first chorus. And the second chorus, as much passion and volume.
and riffing until you get to that clean part.
But that's
If you
lovely.
understood any of that, I'll buy you a cup of tea.
How I hate to see you like this. There is no way you can deny it. I can see that you're all so sad somewhere.
Give it a little bit. You see, just the way that you did that, you were in complete control of your audience. You set the song up. You let us know where it could go. You brought us back to this intimate spot where we had to listen to every word. And then once you knew you had us, you just took us home. The interesting thing about Leona is that she has an incredible voice, and she probably can sing anything, and she's not aware of that. I think that this week she was very frightened about the song choice. And I can still see that there's a slight reluctance in her, thinking, oh no, I'm not gonna do all those vocal turns and all that. But I think now she's starting to love the song. And if you can love the song, you can sing the song great.
Nikita heads to the X Factor choreographer Ashley to try out some moves for this weekend.
Last week I kind of focused too much on my dancing and messed a bit of my singing up. So this week I cannot mess it up because it's Dancing Queen and it's a hit that everyone knows. So I need to go and get this right.
So Ashley and Nikita work out a routine, but most importantly, it's one that suits both her and the song.
Because of last week, she had a bit of a rough week with the judges telling her about her dancing and stuff. So we tried to keep it a little bit more simpler this week. Even though we've kept it simple, she still needs to, own the stage and know where she's going and really let go with the song, because a lot of people, this is like their favourite ABBA song.
But keeping it simple isn't without its risks.
Let's hope it works with a song like that, because as an audience, when we hear Dancing Queen, the first thing that we want to do is dance.
Digging the Dancing Queen.
Tonight, it's Halloween, and it's time to carve the pumpkins.
We're going to have a competition to see who can make the pumpkin look most like their judge.
So 3, 2, 1, let's go.
Anthony. The minute I'm doing the eyebrows. Well, but I think I'll turn them into the eyes.
Always do with it. Can you pass that whole list, please?
It stinks, pumpkin stink. Can't stand it. I'm going.
To Simon. Actually, I should have just done a straight face. That's a bit wrong, innit? The smile's a bit wrong.
For some of the contestants, this seems to be a chance to get rid of some of their pent-up anger and aggression.
There's mine.
That's not.
It's sick, isn't it? That's quite freaky. That's not like... No, I've decided this isn't Lou anymore because Lou's far too attractive to look like this.
And eventually, the contestants reveal their ghoulish creations. And this is the first time that Louis, Sharon and Simon are going to be judged by their students. And it's Anthony who decides to turn the tables on the judges by making his own elimination. Which one will it be? Eenie, Meenie or Mo? Ooh, it's Mo. After the competition, the housemates are disturbed by some local trick-or-treaters. But these kids don't just want treats, they want autographs as well. Not content with the autographs, they want a song now.
What song?
I believe I can fly. Let's not get it. I believe I can fly. I believe I can touch the sky. I think about it every night and day. I spread my wings and fly away. Bye, everyone. Bye.
Coming up.
It's definitely a lot better going to your local barbers for a fiver.
If you do that, that is absolutely singing to those people at home.
What happened last Saturday, I do not want to happen ever again.
Every week, the Aftermath gives you the chance to win one of the personal effects from the X Factor house.
This week's competition, you can win my Heelys. I wear them everywhere I go, skate around, and it's absolutely great. These are my favourite things in my wardrobe, and I hope you have as much fun as I do on them. You can win me very own Heelys, my ones, or I'll get you a brand new pair in your own size. If you want to win them, get ringing up.
To win Ray's shoes with wheelie things on, plus this exclusive slimline digital radio straight from the house, and 2 tickets to next week's live studio show, all you have to do is tell us. Last week's special guest has been called the greatest singer in the business, but who is he? A. Lenny Bennett, B. Tony Bennett, or C. Gordon Bennett? Ring us with your answer on 0901 293 40 40, or text WIN followed by A, B or C to 84383. And most of all, good luck!
Morale in the house is like really low with losing another 2 contestants, Kerry and Dion, but especially Kerry, because she was like the mother figure of the house. She was just someone to go to, you know, if you're feeling low, and like a shoulder to cry on, and I don't know, it just hits home and makes you realise how much you actually do miss your real family. But it is good to see them on a Saturday, definitely.
Yeah, that's the best thing on a Saturday, when they do actually make the effort to come down. They travelled so far and they've got all the T-shirts on with Vote Eating Roads on, and all the banners, and then after the show when we see them, they've got like huge bags of food for us, and it's just good.
No one can be expected to go more than 3 weeks without a haircut, so the judges booked our guide in for a bit of a makeover. And in true celebrity style, the London paparazzi turned out in force just to get a picture.
Louis decided on a change. He wants me to go all over blonde.
I like getting my hair done. I like getting pampered. It's definitely a lot better going to your local barbers for a fiver. Shove back inside, kid.
Getting a bit of a tan on this heat as well.
The paparazzi will go to extreme lengths to get the best shot.
Sharon Osbourne stylist, hairstylist, so It's amazing. I hope he just doesn't do me the red that Sharon had. That's a no-go.
I love this bit. I love, you know, this whole like pampering. I love this like celebrity lifestyle. It's brilliant.
I look like I've just been electrocuted.
Pink will be a good look for ABBA week. To go with I've got some white flares and I've got a yellow glittery top, like vest top tight. So I think pink will definitely go with my outfit.
I'm done. I'm done.
And life for our finalists is just terrible. You get papped on the way in, and you get papped on the way out. Leona's first to finish, but for David and James, there's a lot more work to do.
Well, everyone else is done and dusted, and me and David are the only two left. Takes time and effort to perfect. So, guys, we'll just have to wait and see on the night.
It's been a difficult week for Leona. Although Sharon has said her modesty is endearing, it's really a lack of confidence that Leona feels is holding her back. So she asks Evie for some extra help this week.
So how are you feeling about the song?
I'm feeling better. I've been practicing. I'm getting a bit more confident with it. But I'm just really glad you're here because I really need your help just to kind of go through the last minute bits with me and positioning.
Evie asked Leona to run through her song for this Saturday.
Have the confidence to look right down the camera lens. And I know it's kind of hard. Everyone's a bit shy of doing that and they look away and they don't feel the confidence to do that. But if you do that, that is absolutely singing to those people at home sitting on their sofa.
Yeah.
And that's what really relates to them. And they're absolutely mesmerised by your performance when you just do it straight at them.
I'm so much more happier than I was in the beginning of the week and I'm really falling in love with the song now. So hopefully for Saturday, it will be a good performance, hopefully.
But the work in the house isn't over for Evie. Now Kerry has left, Ben seems to have roped her in to help him out too.
Day in the life of a vocal coach, eh?
I was just here and then all of a sudden Evie's sort of mothering instincts kicked in and she just grabbed the iron off me.
That was when he said, how do you do this, Evie? Evie, how should I iron this shirt, Evie? Hint, hint.
Later that night, Ashley is still desperately learning the words to his song. After forgetting his lyrics last week, he's determined not to make the same mistake again.
What happened last Saturday, I do not want to happen ever again. So I'm just basically eat, sleep, my words. Like, so I'm just going over them and over them and over them. As soon as we got our words, the morning, I just put them on and was just put on repeat and just was listening to it, listening. I've written them on the wall there, so I come in, read them. And it's just basically just about going over them, just being more professional.
Ashley was on the bottom 3 last week. Hopefully that will give him a good slap. Even Simon, as his mentor, told him that it was a good thing for him. I hope that Ashley sees it as a good thing for himself. It's going to be whether he eats humble pie and does it correctly, or if he stays cocky and does it wrong.
The way I see it is basically whatever you do in life, whether you're a bin man, cleaning carpets, cleaning dogs, working in the jewelers, on television or anywhere, people are going to love you or hate you, you know what I'm saying, no matter what you do. So until people actually get to know me and get to see the real side of me, then they're not actually going to know. As for this Saturday, I'm just going to be really determined to just give it my all basically and be really professional about the situation. Like Louis said, I'm just going to eat, sleep and think about my words until I feel the song's my own, like I writ them from my heart kind of thing. And doing my mentor Simon very proud.
Join us again on Friday on ITV2's Excess All Areas, where we're behind the scenes with all the contestants as they rehearse for the Saturday show. And round off the perfect week by switching over to us straight after both the ITV1 shows on Saturday night, where we'll have all the immediate reaction from the judges, the losing contestant and celebrity guests. And don't forget to be back here at 8 p.m. next Thursday for more The Xtra Factor, The Aftermath, where you can catch all the fallout from the live show and even more exclusive access to life in the house.
Sunday on ITV2.
Andrew Kevin Walker wrote it.
The guy who wrote Seven.
Anyone who puts Gwyneth's head in the box is okay by me.
The offers are flooding in for Vince and the new